All right, this afternoon I'll demonstrate two basic permits, notification, and one encroachment permit. Like I say, these are your basic. When in doubt, always call your DUA for advice. First of all, if you have Google Chrome, it is the preferred browser for this system. And if you want to type in mdtupas.com, that'll take you to our site of UPAS. You must be registered at least one time into the system for you to show up. You will register in under this section here. I'm coming in under state employee. Yours will have several questions where you can put in your password, etc. All right, in order to start, up in this upper left-hand corner, you'll see application, clearances, organizational units, administration, ULDR. Now, to the utility companies out there, you'll just have the application and the organizational units. Well, all that will show up from now. You want to click under applications. You're coming down to new application. And sometimes this system does run slow, so don't get click crazy or else you might lock your computer up. Give it some time. I'm going to start with the utility notifications, which basically is a repair notice that you're sending in. It'd be possibly a broken pole, busted wire somewhere. You're not upgrading in any way. You're just basically repairing an existing facility. You want to go down to create. All right. Notification permit right here. You'll first go on as your applicant. You will pick your company or your individual that you put in under it. To make this faster, I'll just pick on Joe Smith. These are ones I previously put in for testing. Permit owner, we'll just make it first all utility Joe Smith. And down here, the nice thing about this one is if you want to change this title, you can. You can change the whole thing if you wish. I like to leave the date. That way you can it's much easier to track if you know what you want there. Today we'll just put down test 1. This is how we'll be able to track it all the way through. Okay, if you're working on a project, here's where your uniform project number, your UPN number would go. Down here if you have a reference code, which means basically if you had prior rights, just like it says, for an existing permit. You would type that in. Utility company project code. For the utility companies, this is where you can put in your tracking system, be it numbers or however you like to track things. Down here in the bottom, you have let other people manage this application. And you click into it. This is my setup here. And if I want someone to work on it, I have to click on the box. Like here, say if I want a unit survey to be able to observe this, I can. And if I decide to say make Matt King also an individual that can look at it, I would click on him. Contractor surveyor, if I want them to see it, I click on here, and these are the ones I've already inserted. So I can go ahead and say myself, in this case, I'll take care of it there. And if you had another contractor, you could do it here. And you want to ever send this out to other individuals, down here in user emails, You can type in their email, and it can send it out. But once again, they must be registered in UPAS. If they're not, it will not work. Connect with other request forms. Right now, you're not able to do this. In permits, you can. You can put any type of request form in there you wish. Any of it. All right, after you've completed that part, go down to create new application. You just got to be patient, let it work its way through. All right, now this over here we refer to as the tree. So if you ever hear the DUAs or myself talk about the tree, this is this section right here. And it's immediately kicking off with the screening questions. Okay, if you're doing a repair, obviously you're either going to have an occupancy agreement or an encroachment permit, more likely. So today we'll just go ahead and pick encroachment, and it's going to ask you for the number. If you happen to have the number of the permit, you can put it here, or you can go ahead and go into your file section and draw it out and attach it here. Today we'll just go ahead and say it's permit 123. After you completed that, just hit next. As you can see on the tree, it's working its way down. Until you have all the reds filled out, it will not let you submit. Okay, traffic impacts. Is it behind a barrier or curb? Okay, we're going to say no on this one. As soon as you say no, it's going to give you another choice. Okay, is it within the pavement area? We'll say no again. If you did say yes, it's going to tell you right then you have to upload your traffic control plan. But today we'll just put down no. Okay, then it gives you another choice. Is it within 30 feet or is it outside of 30 feet? Well, to make it easy today, we'll just say it's outside of 30 feet. Hit next. All right, see it's self-populated here and here. If you have other owners that need to be picked, you could do it here. In this case, it's just those two. That's all we're using. Work description. Now here, you can just give a basic description. You don't need anything fancy. All right, now say for instance you forgot something you wanted to add in the last one. Just come down to previous. You can kick it back. And it usually takes you back at approximately 2 jumps. So what do you hear? So you can say next. Work description. I decided, okay, I want to change it. Luckily, I have a few things here. And we'll just make this our work area request, because I really should give a little bit more of an example so the DUAs know what's going on. All right, now I'm happy with it, so I'll go ahead and move again. right, here's your emergency contact. Remember, once again, anytime you see red, you must fill out or it will not move on. This is your edit right here. And if you need to delete, say you put in the wrong name, you can delete it out and redo another one. Then you come up here. You hit select. I have Joe Smith, and it's already got his phone number because I put that in earlier. You hit update. And that's all you have to do on this page. Hit next. Remember, you have to have one full business day before the date you submit. That gives the DUA a chance to look it over because they have a 24-hour period time where it will not be released back to you. They have a chance to look at it, unless it's an emergency. Understand that. If it's an emergency, you can go ahead with your repairs, take care of them, and then come back in and fill this out. But we will need you to fill out the whole notification permit afterwards if it's an emergency. Now here we just click on the dates. Okay, we'll just have it the day after Christmas, and you'll be done the 28th. Next. Draw construction limits. And right up here are your different tools that you can use on your construction limit. What I like to do is, zoom in on the map. Personally, you can go ahead and type in the route or the street if you happen to know it in the mileposts. But I'm just going to zoom in today. And we'll just say this is the road here where we got to do a little repair. I'm going to pick the polygon. Come down, when you have that little blue dot, you know you're loaded. Just click on it. And when you get the third spot, just double click and it'll complete it for you. There you go. That's all you have to do on this. This will show up in the next page too, but it just basically shows you your division, counties, and of course your township, etc. Review this, make sure it's the correct route. The milepost, this is where it says it's from this milepost to this milepost. It's in Lewis and Clark County. The district is going to be over in Butte. That's who's going to receive this application. Section manager that actually is going to work in that area is out of Helena. And if everything looks good to you, hit next. All right, computer loads all this for you. So we're going to just have to assume it's right. You can't do anything over here if you wanted to anyhow. So just hit next. Okay, right here, you can choose any file that you might think, yeah, you might need. Okay, say for instance, you're pretty close to that road. You're going to have to submit some sort of easy traffic on it. So I'm going to say that. Okay, so I just sent in the simple one with the signing on it. That would be it. Okay, after we complete that, Okay, we'll get this one right yet. There we go. Okay, it's loaded. You can see it's all right there and everything. Now we're done. Notification's very simple. All you have to do is submit it to the DUA. You don't have to worry about the save. Does it automatically. Now been submitted. Click on OK. You wait for this to clear up. And right up here is your status. This always tells you where you are, where your application status is. Right here it says it's automatically been accepted. That means it's now in the DUA's hand to determine if they need to review it or not for 24 hours. Otherwise, it will be automatically approved if the DUA doesn't have any objections, and it will come back to you after 24 hours. That's the end of a notification.